Hello, my name is Michelle. I'm a secondary school English teacher. I teach grades 9 through 12, and I've created this document as an outline to help your students write great literary essays. So let's begin. When you're ready, you can click here to get a copy of this document. You'll want to make a copy and save it to your Google Drive. So this is for anyone teaching the 5-paragraph literary essay. It's a standard format that we use for our junior writers to help them understand all the concepts of writing in an academic way. So this is designed to be used with Google Classroom, Google Drive, or you can print it and give it to them and distribute it, and they can type their responses and share it with you, or they can print it and submit it that way. So this document includes a blank outline form. This is the form the students will fill in, and a completed form that you can share with your students. You can update it, change whatever ideas or content that you wish, and share it with your students. I always include it with my students so that when they're at home, they have the form right there. They have the example right there. If they have questions, this will usually help clear a lot of things up. And I also included my thesis statement organizer. It's a simple formula I use to help students formulate a one-issue, 3-point thesis statement. Okay. So the outline is here, and it's a little bit shorter than I would if I was going to print it and hand it out. If I was printing it, I would just include a few more spaces in each of the boxes simply by hitting enter, but not letting it go off the page, so that the students have a little bit more room to write. If it goes off the page, I'll just decrease it. So this is the page I would use, and I would simply this isn't printing here, but I would print this page and hand it out. But this is really more designed to be for them to type directly on. Because it's a Google Doc, they can type and the boxes will expand according to how much they decide to type, although I encourage my students to just put 2 to 3 points in the box, no more than that, because it really is supposed to be an outline. When they take a look at the sample, they can see what it looks like. It should still really fit on one page, because they're going to use this page then to actually help them write a really good 5-paragraph essay that's going to be between 1,200 and 2,000 words when it's finished. So just a quick overview. The title of the novel, whichever novel right now. Actually right now my grade 9s are doing The Chrysalids, and my grade 10s did Elemental P. The title of an essay, they have to give me a proper title that includes the author's name, full name, the title of the novel, and the issue in the essay. So this essay's title is The Genesis of Evil in William Golding's Lord of the Flies. In their first paragraph, they have the hint they need to start with an attention grabber. They need to include their novel title, their author's name, and some general discussion. Now that they have that, I tell them to go find a sample quote. They can use Brainy quote, or they can use a quote from the actual novel that they're reading. They can use a dictionary definition, whatever they want to use in order to make sure that they get a good quote. Inside each of us, there's a seed of both good and evil. It's a constant struggle as to which one will win, and one cannot exist without the other. Eric Burdon. Then they're going to have some discussion. Then they're going to get down to the thesis statement. After reading Lord of the Flies, it's evident that the evil within the boys is driven by 1, the experience of fear, 2, the lust for power, and 3, the loss of innocence. And finally, they're going to have a conclusion. So just picture this as, this is 1 paragraph, this is 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs, 4 paragraphs, and 5 paragraphs. And finally, the thesis statement organizer. I go through with them some sample thesis statements. It's a very easy to follow organizer, and it has this little formula. By examining point 1, point 2, and point 3, it's possible to determine that and their issue. They can write it where they have their 3 points first and their issue last, or they can write it where they have their issue first and their points are last. And here I give some examples, and down in this final box I ask them to type their own thesis statement. I always start with a thesis statement, because then we can have our essays flow from point 1, point 2, point 3, and then we can work on our conclusion. So thank you very much for listening. I will appreciate any comments or suggestions you make. Please let me know how it goes. Thank you. And you can get this resource on my TPT, Teachers Pay Teachers site. And please feel free to leave a comment. Thank you.